Everybody, this is Darth Bryboy. If you can't tell, I got my retainers in today. Hopefully this will be running at a better speed than it was before. I'm trying to do this at full HD, unlike previous videos I did. Today, or tonight, it's relatively late. It's 2:14 in the morning. My hamster is on her wheel. I was messing around with the old laptop. I want to show you guys that. That'll be interesting. So you want to know what produced some Darth Bryboy content? Because I say some of the content was produced on this laptop. So sometimes when I was at community college, I would just go to the, and this is weird because my reflection is there, but that's just the way the monitor is positioned. So let's look at the laptops that produced some of my content before I got this beast. So I call it my beast. So ironically enough, I bet I put this through Movie Maker. Ending Brian, did you decide not to be a lazy idiot and put this through Premiere, or did you put this through Movie Maker because it's easier for this type of stuff? We will see what my answer is. I'm amazed that I did not use this as a laptop. So I know I said I was only going to do 2016, but I decided, fuck it. Let's just do older. So this is the laptop where I produced the majority, where I produced the content from late 2011 to early 2019. So the majority of the content for this channel was made on this. It's still, this has one functionality, and that is burning DVDs. So I can use the old DVD drive and burn shit. This has a couple of rear speakers. I really don't know why this smells bad. It's probably the case. Because, I don't know, maybe I should move this to like my bedroom. So let's look at the ports. If you can see that. You can see the ports. So this has two of those USB 3.0 ports. And then we've got, the problem is this thing is relatively heavy. You gotta remember this thing is 9 years old. This was a pretty compact computer for 2011, at least in my opinion it was. Rubber feet are still good. Battery, all you gotta do is replace it. Oh my god. I can already tell it's got a lot of dust. And then this. I thought there was something rattling in here. Thankfully there isn't, because I took relatively good care of this thing. The only problem was when I started to take this on trips. This is why the tape was there. I never used this thing for anything other than home use. It got to a point where I was like, I'm never going to take this thing on anything, because at the time this had all my important software on it. What do I mean by important software? Well, the software that I'm using right now still to this day. So software like Photoshop Elements 10, which I still use for a certain PNG file, and Windows Live Movie Maker, but it has a different version of Windows Live Movie Maker. This has Windows Live Movie Maker for, that was like before the 2012 Essentials, which I scoured through the internet to get my hands on, just to install them on this thing, just so I could have it. This thing had a relatively good webcam in my opinion, and you could change the faceplates on this. I still have the other faceplate I wish this thing didn't snow. I don't know what the hell happened. My guess is it's probably the case, so I should probably just spray this case and clean this. I mean, because I don't use this laptop anymore for like anything, I could just get this thing fixed up. But let's look at the ports again. So, if we can just, come on. There we go. So we've got a mic. Okay, so we got a mic. Problem is this thing is super fucking heavy. I don't want to damage my new monitor, so we'll just look at it from here. So this has, I don't fucking know what this port is. If you could tell me what the fuck this port is, I'd love to know, because I have no idea what the fuck this port is. I thought this was like a USB port, but I could never find anything to plug that into. It's probably some display thing, I guess. And then we've got HDMI, we've got mic, headphones, and a card reader. And of course, it has a DVD drive. This thing, I've got a lot of nostalgia. It was a great computer for the time. It produced, I think, a good 80 to 90% of the content you see here. A lot of my music montages. First learned how to edit on this. There was an older computer, a Windows Vista machine, but we got rid of that years ago, and that only produced like less than a year's worth of the content on this channel. And by produced, I mean it was just raw uploads from my iPod Nano. I put 2 smartphones that were old in here just because I didn't want them breaking. And I thought this would be a good storage for them, so. Nope. Well, this was something unexpected. This is the charger for the laptop. And this was the power cable that powered the adapter. And majority of the content on this channel, you can thank this Dell Inspiron machine. So, if you're interested, I would like you to comment thank you to this Dell Inspiron laptop from 2011. Because without it, I guarantee you, the majority of the content on this channel would not have been produced. I was using this thing up until 2018, so it had a good run. I am so scared I'm going to drop this thing. And then I will either stop recording, never upload this video again. Well, obviously I didn't. Well, never say obviously I didn't, because shit can always go wrong. And then we've got 2 smartphones in here. The screens aren't broken. The screens are in good condition. We got this Samsung Galaxy S1. I think a card's still in here. Hopefully I didn't just screw this up. Probably did. And then we've got this Samsung Galaxy S5. A lot of content from 2016 was produced. The port's broken, so I gotta get this fixed. And then I probably have to see if I can get the card out of here. I'm gonna pause this and fuck with this a little bit. So, funny enough, I didn't jam the card in the phone. And as you can tell, this thing got a lot of use. This is a 32 gigabyte card. Yeah, that showed up pretty decently on camera. My gut tells me to put it back in the damn phone, but I think I copied most of what's on here. But there was no reason why I couldn't copy it again. I mean, I've got so much storage now on this device. On this machine itself, I could just copy all of it. And yes, as you can tell, I have a Black Widow background as my main background, because new movie, and this is just great wallpaper. Plus, it's keeping in tune with what the original background on that computer is, which was Black Widow from Age of Ultron. And now we have Black Widow in our own movie, or hopefully getting our own movie, which I think has been delayed, which I'm not surprised by. One day the card ejecting mechanism is probably going to be non-workable on this phone, in which case I will have to buy another phone. Not buy another phone, I have a new phone right here. Yeah, this was high school phone, this is current phone. Done in a damn selfie camera. I mean, you can just tell how old this was. This is a great phone though, you know, honestly. I love the compactness of it, even though my thumb is like, my thumb can cover the fucking screen almost. And it's just kind of ridiculous how small this was. But I guess that's just how technology evolves. That is where the charger is. That would be very bad. I'll just put the phone here. Funny enough, I can still hook this thing up to the computer, but I can't hook it up with the Galaxy S5 because the Galaxy S5 has a busted port. Show the old laptop, which I showed in another video, but let's do it again anyway, just because. So I've already told many stories about this machine. The old Toshiba. More powerful than the Dell. Not as powerful as this thing, obviously. But this has almost the same amount of ports, but not as many. Because it didn't need it, so it simplified a lot of things, honestly. It was a better computer, I think, in many aspects. Other aspects, not so much. But one thing I was extremely disappointed by was the port selection. Because on this laptop, I think the majority of the time what screws me up in videos is this fucking ad. So you've only got one USB 3.0 port, whereas on the 2011 Dell you had two USB 3.0 ports, which you would think would mean that I could plug two USB hard drives in there. Nope, could only plug one in. And that was fucking annoying for years. So I've got one USB 2.0 port, which is that, and I got another USB 2.0 port, Ethernet, power adapter plug, DVD drive, obviously we got a little SD card reader, headphone jack, HDMI slot, fan, this shit. And then, of course, like the Dell, before it, you have duct tape on the screen. Much lighter laptop, though, honestly. Really a solid computer, I think. I was unwilling to replace this thing or upgrade from this thing for years, but now that I have this, I wish I was not such a stubborn bastard. Although maybe I was probably better off for being a stubborn bastard. I do have to get, well, unlike the Dell, where it really just stayed at home, this was the more rugged this was the more used laptop compared to the Dell. I mean, the Dell I obviously used at home a lot, and I mainly kept it around as a home machine, but the Toshiba really got a lot of use. Why do you think it was in this type of case? It didn't come with this case. I had to buy this case because screen got smashed. Had to get the screen repaired. Then the fan was busted. Had to get the fan repaired. And that was pretty much it. But then, after I got the fan, well, did I get the fan repaired twice? Or once? Holy shit, I think I may have gotten the fan repaired twice. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I'm pretty sure I did do that. I think I'm misremembering. I'm not 100% sure. So, I was editing videos on this until a couple of days ago, which is pretty surreal. This shit works way better. I've got way more USB ports compared to the 3 I had on each of these. This is the only computer where I have not had a built-in disk drive, which is mildly annoying, but I have two right here. So I've got one Blu-ray player, one DVD player. If you've seen other video, then you know that I showed those off. There's nothing really much to show, really, because all the tech that I used on either of these laptops, I pretty much transferred over. I would like to see if I could somehow get the DVD burner to work on this computer, because that would be fantastic to get the DVD Maker program on. But I'm not 100% if I could do that. I'll try to, because I want my goddamn DVD burner program, which wouldn't be the worst thing ever. All my DVDs, I think, were burnt on the Dell. So, pretty much the only thing that's changed, really, is this computer. All the other stuff I bought for, that's probably not a good idea, for these machines. I have to work out more because that, while heavy, should not be that heavy. I shouldn't have problem lifting it. Although, you know, to be honest, that thing was always a bit heavy and annoying. This was lighter. This was the lighter laptop, although it's got some heft to it as well. But not as much as that thing. That thing is like, damn. That was a laptop, but that was also 2011. I have to get the touchpad repaired on this machine, or a button fixed on it. Because, well, honestly, it's not that big a deal, because I can just take this and use it on this. The problem is the antivirus software. It was on the Dell. Well, Alienware is technically a Dell, but not really. I mean, it is a Dell, but it's Alienware. So it went from the antivirus software went from the Dell to the Toshiba to the Alienware. Of which I love using. I love using this computer. I love working with this computer. I love editing on this computer. I love transferring data to this computer. I mean, I just love this machine. Still working out some things to get it how I was used to on my older machines, but we're almost there. I think that's it. Somehow I made a 21-minute video out of this shit until I edited it down. So, live long and prosper and have a good day.